pretty confident that someone's figured out the mathing on that one, but mathing, yeah, that's not really a word.
Welcome to Cloudy with a Chance of Meeples, a channel of conversation and board games.
Hey, my name is Brent here on Cloudy with a Chance of Meeples. Today on the channel, we're going to be looking at a small flip and write game that was actually nominated for German Game of the Year this past year in 2023. Today we're looking at Next Station London, a game in which you'll be drawing underground railroad lines in the city of, you guessed it, London. You'll be crossing the river, trying to visit as many stations as possible, all while visiting some tourist spots along the way. Final forecast coming up. First, cue the thunder. Next Station London is a flip and write game in which each player will get one of these papers showing the underground public transit subway station lines in London. And each player will get a different color pencil. There are 4 rounds, but the thing is, you will be playing each of these colors in each round. So you won't be pink the whole game. You'll be pink 1 round, blue 1 round, purple 1 round, and green 1 round. I'll also say that there are some pencil power-up cards as well as some public objectives, which I'll show you how these work momentarily. These are advanced modules, which I highly recommend playing with. But how does this game actually play? I'll show you exactly how 1 round plays, and then that will give you a glimpse as to how the game plays, because every round is going to be the same. You'll just have a different color pencil. So at the beginning of the round, you will take these cards and you'll flip them one at a time. So at this point, I would start with the purple. I'd start at the purple station here, and I would draw a line to a pentagon. So let's say I draw a line to here. Okay? And then we flip the next one. We would then draw a line from either end of my from my line to a square. So at that point, I could come down here, or I could go up here. But I will go here. There you go. And if you look up close, you can see that there are like pre-dotted gray lines, and those are what you're going to be drawing on. And let's just keep going. Okay, you may or may not ever see one of these cards. This is a track switcher line card, so you immediately flip over the next card. At this point, you can make an offshoot of your line, because typically I'd only be able to work off of this square or this square, but as soon as this card comes out, it says that I can make a line. I could go from here or here or here, what have you. And because it shows this wild, I can draw a line to any shape. So let's say I'm just going to draw a line here, crossing the river, because at the end of the round, I'll get 2 points each time I cross the river. So I'll keep going, and that's a wild as well. So let's go up to the square, the triangle. So here, I'll do this first. I made it up to that central spot. As I get to any one of these, I then get a circle, this. And at the end of the game, whichever point value is showing to the right of where you last circled, you'll get that many points. So in this case, I would get 1 point. But as you see, there are 4 different pink cards. As soon as the 5th pink card comes out, the round is over. So it could last anywhere from 5 to 9 turns per round. You don't know, because it's all random. You shuffle these each time. So now I go to another triangle, so I can work off of any one of these 3. And let's go down. Let's go here. Maybe I'll be able to cross the river again for an extra 2 points. Pentagon. There we go. And no, square. Let's go up here. It's going to end the round. No. So in this case, we would use every one of the cards. And the final one would be a circle as well. So there you have it. So then you would end the round and you go into round scoring. So at this point, you count up how many different districts, I think they're called, you're touching. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then there's 1 in each corner, 10, 11, 12, 13. So as of right now, I am touching 1 2, 3, 4. So I'm touching 4. And then which district has the most stations touching? So this is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1. So clearly it to be this. So that would be 4. 4 times 4 plus how many times I'm across the river, which is 2. So that's 4. So 4 times 4 is 16 plus 4 is 20. And then we would pass our pencils to the left. Person on the left, I would get a brand new pencil and I would start from the green one. I will say when it's the green turn or any other color, if I would get a circle, I can never go through a different line. So if I had a circle to start, I would have to go from here to here. I couldn't do this. And then I would do the pink and then the blue, and then whoever has the most points is the winner. At the end of the game, you will count up all the stations that have 2 different colors touching, all the stations that have 3 different colors touching, all the stations that have 4 different colors touching, and you get 1 point, 5 points, and 9 points respectively for each of those. And then if you're playing with these objective cards, you could score these. So each game, you can take any random 2 of these, and this just shows 9 points if you are touching all 13 different areas. This is if you cross the river 6 times. If you're touching, or if you have something in all 13, actually, what is this? Oh, this is in 9 of them, and this is all 13 of them, pardon me. This is if you can touch all 5 of these special stations, and this is if you have 8 or more stops with 2 different colors. You'll get 10 points for those. So I highly suggest playing with those. And then there are also pencil powers, and these will get shuffled up and they will be assigned to specific pencils. So the pink pencil at the beginning of the game may get this one, and that means 1 time per round when you have the pink pencil, you can then just virtually do a card again. So if it was like this, touch to a circle, you would activate this, flip it over saying you've used it, and you could go to another circle. So there's that. You can use a card as a wild, you can use a second switcher, and you can use 1 station as a double. So these get tagged to one of these pencils, and that is how you would play then next station London. Let's move on over and check out now the final forecast. So the final forecast for next station London, a flippin' right game that's colorful, that has everybody picking their favorite color when they start the game, only to realize that you will be all 4 colors during the game. When I saw this, when I saw it at my local game store, I was like, oh man, blue-orange game, flippin' right, nominated for German Game of the Year. I'm all in. Nice and colorful. I like flippin' right games. I like rollin' right games. And this one, it fell flat for me. There were a few things. When I first opened it up and I looked at the rules, and there's quite a bit of rules, as you can see in this, and I don't know. And then there's a whole advanced side, and then your points for your line is actually on the second spot. So you read this whole side, and then you flip it over, and then it shows you how to score. And I don't know, that was probably took me too long to figure that out, truthfully. But I feel that this game is restrictive, meaning it's hard for me to explain this. I just feel that like there should be more, but there's not more. But am I missing something? And I feel it's really mathy. Scoring at the end of every round, you look at each, how many districts am I in, times by whichever district has the most stations I'm touching, plus 2 points for every time I'm crossing the river. And so you got a lot of math like that, and you got to make sure you're not missing anything. And then at the end of the game, you look at how many different stations are touched by, 2 colors, and then you get points for that. And then you go through all your stations again, how many are touched by 3 different colors, and how many touched are 4 different colors, which I don't think it's possible. This is probably already calculated. I don't think it's possible for you to have a station with 4 different, or more than one station colored with, or attached with all 4 colors. I think I've done it 1 time. I don't think you could do it 2 times in a game. I'm pretty confident that someone's figured out the mathing on that one, but mathing, yeah, that's not really a word. But anyways, I don't know, I just felt it a little restrictive. The cards are not linen finished. I sleeve my cards because if you mess up on any of these and bend any of these, then you know what's coming. So watch out for that. I did enjoy these. I felt that the public objectives kind of gave you a little bit something else to go for, because if you finish one of these, it's 10 points. And, you know, I think my average score in this is probably 130-ish. So, you know, over or just under 10% of my points can come from these. So that's pretty good. I really enjoy these. I feel some of these are a little bit more challenging than others. When I first saw this, touching 8 stations with at least 2 colors, like, oh, that's easy. And then I was like, I only did it 6 times. Not as easy as I thought. This one, touching all 5 tourist stations, I felt that one was pretty easy. This one is, I don't know if it's even worth it. Touching all 13 districts for 10 points, you're going to be spidering out so much, which I don't know if that's beneficial or not. But crossing the river, all of the 9 central districts. So I like those playing. I would never play this game without these, truthfully. I'll play this game every time with this. And then I like the pencil powers, that each pencil gets its own special ability for the game, and this travels with that pencil each round. And I like that. You know, I like, maybe my favorite one is you can add another switcher, because I always feel, and even when the first time I played it, I was like, oh, I can just go anywhere. No, you can only go from one end, like either end of your line. But having this whole switcher card allows you to branch off and spider out a little bit more, so you can get to more districts. I really like this one. And of course, when it comes up normally, if it comes up normally, that's really, really beneficial. And just overall, you know, a card you can use twice. A card is a wild. So they all have little things to them. But overall, I just felt that, like, maybe I was missing something. Maybe I'm not missing something. I just thought it was okay. I think it's just an okay little flipping right. Of course, you know, got nominated for German Game of the Year. So obviously other people think it's much greater than I do. And Next Station Tokyo is now out. So they're clearly having more buzz in this series than what I feel. But overall, I'm going to give it a 60% chance of Meeples. I think it was all right. It was okay. I like the artwork. I like the colorfulness of it. I just didn't like all the mathy aspects. I feel that this game could be like just mathed out to the nth degree. And then there's no game left. There's no fun exploring or anything like that, because you can just math it all out. So yeah, 60% chance of Meeples for Next Station London. My name is Brent. Check us out on Facebook, Cloudy with a Chance of Meeples. Till next time, grab your umbrella. The forecast is cloudy with a chance of Meeples.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and remember to grab your umbrella, because the forecast is cloudy with a chance of meeples.